There are 5 Stoic lessons we can learn from the movie Gladiator. The first 3 are about virtue, and the last 2 are about accepting what is in our control and what is not. Let's get into it. The first lesson is about how we should be aware of hubris and the limits of our power. In one of the opening scenes, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius is looking out over his vast empire and says, "How much of this do you truly own? The more you have, the more you lose." This is a great reminder to stay grounded and not let our success or power go to our heads. He also says that sometimes less is more and that we should always be striving for more and more because it can lead to our downfall. At the end of the movie, after Maximus has defeated the corrupt Emperor Commodus, he tells the new emperor to remember that men are mortal. Even though he just saved the life of the emperor, he still reminds him to stay humble and not forget that he too will die. We all have our own personal battles to fight, and sometimes we get so caught up in the moment that we forget what really matters. It's important to remember that no matter how powerful or successful we become, there will come a time when it's not going to last forever. So we should enjoy it while it does, but at the same time not let it change who we are. Lesson No. 2 is to be prepared for anything. Maximus was a great general because he was always thinking ahead and planning for all eventualities. When he was sent to Germania to fight the barbarians, he told his troops to bring their A game, because he knew that they would be facing a tough opponent. He also made sure to study the terrain and the enemy's battle tactics so he would be ready for anything. Being prepared is essential if you want to be successful in whatever you do. If you are not willing to put in the effort to plan ahead and learn everything you can about your opponent or the situation you are facing, then you're already behind before you even start. Lesson No. 3 is to be courageous and face our fears head-on. In the movie, Maximus is forced to fight in the Colosseum against all kinds of dangerous animals and opponents. But no matter how scared he was, he never backed down from a fight. He knew that running away or being afraid would only make things worse. In the famous chariot scene, he is faced with a terrifying choice: either crash into the side of the track and likely be killed or swerve into the crowd and hit a bunch of innocent spectators. He chooses the latter, saving the lives of many people and sacrificing his own. Facing our fears head-on is essential if we want to be successful in life. There will be times when we have to make tough decisions, and it is important that we don't let fear dictate our actions. Sometimes we need to be brave enough to take risks and stand up for what we believe in, even if there's a good chance that we might not come out on top. Lesson No. 4 is to focus on what we can control and let go of the rest. Throughout the movie, Maximus is constantly trying to do right by Rome and its people. However, he soon realizes that the emperor is corrupt and doesn't share his values. Instead of letting this get him down, he focuses on what he can control, which is his own actions and how he treats other people. He could have easily given up on Rome and decided that it wasn't worth fighting for. But instead he chose to keep trying to make a difference no matter how hopeless the situation seemed. It's important to remember that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react to those events. Sometimes the best thing we can do is to let go of things that are beyond our control and focus on the things that we can influence. And the 5th lesson is to accept what happens and make the most of it. When Maximus is betrayed by the emperor and sentenced to death, he could have given up and waited for his fate to be sealed. Instead, he escapes and goes on the run, eventually teaming up with a group of rebels who are also fighting against the corrupt emperor. He could have easily given up at this point and decided that it wasn't worth fighting anymore. But instead he chooses to keep going and ultimately succeeds in overthrowing the emperor and restoring order to Rome. Life will often throw us curveballs, and it can be easy to get discouraged or give up. But it's important to remember that we can't change what has already happened. So we might as well make the most of it and try to make something good out of it. So these are just a few of the many lessons we can learn from the movie Gladiator. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.